at David. Hello, my tech producer. David, you're killing me. I was doing a voiceover on the video, but no one could hear me. So I'm going to say it again. And I'm glad I have some wine nearby that I can't drink because I'm on antibiotics, but I really want to drink it. And I'm going to keep my sense of humor. And I hope all of you are keeping your sense of humor for whatever you're dealing with right now. What I was saying is that you're looking at Condé Nast Traveler's Reader's Choice Award for the #1 hotel in Southern Africa for the second year in a row. And I'm now joined by Nanide from Babylonstoren, which is this historic, globally recognized wine farm in Southern Africa that is so charming, so prestigious, so beautiful. Nanide, welcome to the show, and tell us why you think that Babylonstoren keeps winning all of these awards.
Absolutely, Kate. Thank you again so much for having us. We love doing these Wednesday happy hours with you. You are always a ball of fun and energy, and we love talking about our brand. But yes, we are so excited to, for the second year in a row, be named #1 by Condé Nast Traveler's Reader's Choice. And really, I think a lot of these images that are going to display it are going to speak to why we keep winning this award. Babylonstoren never fails to keep innovating. And as you can see, these beautiful Cape Dutch farmhouses, they used to be horse stables, but our owner, Karen Roos, decided back in 2007 that it was her vision, her journey, her commitment to this community to bring history alive again and change what used to be very much a working farm into now this elaborate and very luxurious farm hotel. And we just finished renovating and construction on a 16-meter long pool that spans both indoor and outdoor spaces. We just finished the installation of a Rasmal mud bathroom where you can self-apply very beautiful earth onto your skin and just feel completely rejuvenated and clean your pores and all of that. And then just a beautiful new sauna. There's just so much going on at Babylonstoren these days that it's no wonder why readers of Condé Nast Traveler decided to nominate us once again for the top hotel in Southern Africa. It's just a complete commitment to our brand and what we're doing at Babylonstoren daily, really just making sure that our guests are featured and have the best experience possible.
And you certainly do. And this is dating back to 1692. So certainly know what you're doing. Karen is saying, what a beautiful winery. And so that's really what you're experiencing when you get these wines home. And I know you've seen us, many of us, present Babylonstoren before. So if you're a fan of the brand, great chance to pick up some wine for Halloween, which is about a week and a half away, which seems crazy that we're already at that time of year. And I have the other rosé here. So you see how beautiful the wines are. And we're going to do an event tonight about really treating yourself this Halloween. And so you've got all the kiddies, you got all the candy, and maybe a lot of people don't think about wine pairings when it comes to candy and wine, but we're going to do that for yourself tonight, give you some little tips and tricks. And so parents, you can really enjoy the Halloween, the holiday. I'm like, wow, the holiday as much as the kiddies. And where would you like to start in terms of the wines tonight and what we're going to be pairing them with?
Absolutely. Tonight, two of the wines that I really want to feature are our Mourvedre Rosé and our Candied White Blend. And I think a lot of people may question whether or not wine and candy is a good pairing. You know, I kind of say to them, if you drink what you want to drink and you eat what you want to eat, and if treat yourself means putting those two together, that's what it means. So I think for our Candied White Blend, if you love your Sour Patch Kids or your gummy worms or your gummy bears or anything like that, this wine is super fruit forward. It's a field blend from our beautiful vineyards. We have about 340 acres of vineyard under vine. And this wine has 4 different white grapes in it: Chenin Blanc, Sauvignon Blanc, Viognier, and Chardonnay. And it's going to have this beautiful, like honeydew melon, stone fruit, right peach notes to it, as well on the palate. That Chardonnay is going to give this some really nice weight. So imagine, snacking on a couple of those really sour, fruity candies like the gummy worms or the gummy bears. And this is going to go great with that. Like I love picking out pineapple gummy bears. I don't know what it is, but that would be the Chenin Blanc has some beautiful pineapple, some guava notes. And that is like one of my favorite little candy pairings that I try not to tell people that I pick out the pineapple gummy bears, but they're just my favorite. I always go straight for them.
I never think about pairing wine with candy, but I kind of like the idea, and the mood that I'm in right now, that's really all I want to be doing is having wine and candy, but I'm on antibiotics. Like I said, I'm a dentist's daughter. And so we'll get to some alternatives here in a minute, but I just think this is so fun and it makes it festive. And I think a lot of parents take it upon themselves to have a little drinky poo for Halloween. There's a lot going on. And hey, it'll make some of those scary costumes even more out there, and take yourself on a little adventure. Nisi is saying, yes, please. Wine for the parents, candy for the kids. Weiner says, oh, I like your name, Weiner. Oh, Weiner. Are you a whiner or are you a whiner? Oh, you have to ask that. Oh, I love a good crisp wine. So that's what I love about all of your wines too. This one in particular, when I think of blends, I think of reds, but this is such a unique blend and all the flavors. What can we expect to taste when we get this home and really try it out for the first time?
Absolutely. So the predominant grape in this is Chenin Blanc, and Chenin Blanc is actually a French grape, but it grows fantastically well in South Africa. And if you were to be drinking a French Chenin Blanc, you would be thinking of a lot of like green fruit characteristics, like pear, maybe some green apple. But in South Africa, because it tends to be a little bit warmer of a climate, you're going to get a lot of tropical fruit on this, both on the bouquet and on the palate. So you get that pineapple, you get that guava. But because this is a blend with Chardonnay, you're also going to get some beautiful citrus notes. So any citrus candies too that you love, or like anything super lemony, that would be a great pairing for this as well, and really showcase some of those great fruit characteristics. But to your point about being clean and crisp, Babylonstoren winemakers are so intentional about what they're doing. And yes, a lot of what makes a great wine is what happens in the vineyard that year. That's what a vintage is called. When you see the year on the back or the front of a wine bottle, this is 2021. That means that all these grapes were harvested in 2021. And so usually for white wines, that year, I would say white wines right now, if they're a wine like this in a clear bottle, you're thinking like the oldest you'd want to drink is probably a 2019 with some robust characters. Maybe there's some nice aging in the bottle, but white wines, the fresher, the better, especially in a nice clear bottle like this. And Babylonstoren's fruit and winemaking practices are so true to the earth. We really practice sustainability in our vineyards. And, I like to tell the story that we have a herd of ducks that live on the farm that love to roam around, and we allow them into the vineyards. And if see, there's the ducks right there. That's perfect. They roam around and they pick off snails and other pests in the vineyards, as well as we have a mobile chicken coop that like rolls around from block to block on certain days. And our winemakers will tell us, well, the chickens were in the Chardonnay today, so we had to do things with the Viognier or the Cabernet or something like this. So it's kind of fun to hear that Babylonstoren is really trying to work with the earth and not against the earth. We can't claim organic on our wines because we are so really beautifully situated with some amazing neighbors, but we can't always control what other people are doing in their vineyards. So we do practice vegan wine practices as well. We don't use any animal products for filters or anything. Sometimes fish bladders are common in wine filtering. I know that sounds a little crazy, but it's true. But our wines are so vegan, almost too vegan. One of our winemakers joked that so vegan that he doesn't want to eat it or drink it, because mainly in South Africa, meat and fresh meat products and barbecues are really a part of their culture. And so, these are though very vegan friendly wines as well.
Oh, I love that. So when you get your white home, you're going to get that crisp. I'm just going to make up words tonight. Crisp, clean, flavoring that pairs great with candy, but also people who maybe need a little substance and maybe need to ground what they're doing. What is a great dish or something when it's Halloween? What is something with a little substance or protein that this would be great with? And then we'll move on to our rosé.
Oh yeah, no worries, no rush. So I think I live in Michigan and I know you're in California, but we're starting to see some cooler temps now, like it's dipping down into the 40s. I think a wine like this with some weight would do really well with like a white chicken chili, like, throw in some of that California for you. We'll grab a couple avocados, maybe a can of corn, and just like before you go trick-or-treating, fill the kids up with some like really nice, yummy, like crock pot white chicken chili, and they'll get all their veggies, they'll get their protein, they'll get a full belly. So will you. So you can drink the whole bottle if you want. And then you can go out and enjoy trick-or-treating.
Oh, I love that. All right. So I for whatever reason, am anxious. Maybe I am. I'm a fast-paced or uptight New Yorker. I'm ready to get to our rosé because I'm just curious what kind of candy. I have something in my mind. What kind of candy we're going to pair with this, and then let's also give maybe a cozy festive dish. What we're going to have on Halloween.
Yeah, absolutely. So this wine it's 100% Mourvedre, and Mourvedre is a black grape or a red grape that has a really thick skin. And what that means for the wine is that when you look at this rosé, you're going to see, and you can see in the pictures here that David has put up, that the rosé has a little bit deeper of a color. The thick skins really impart beautiful, beautiful, like deep red coloring. And when we make this rosé, we're only leaving the skins on the juice for only a couple hours, because if you were to leave it on for any longer, you would almost get a red wine, because that is how potent the coloration of this grape is. But you can see how beautiful and almost kind of how a little bit darker this is than like a standard French or like Provençal rosé. But yeah, for pairings with candy, this wine would be great. Like think like even like a Milky Way, think something like nougat with some caramel or something like that. But this wine also has some beautiful red fruit characters like watermelon, ripe strawberry, and our winemakers like to say that it has a cotton candy finish. I know cotton candy
it does.
It's kind of a fun one. It's got it's not sparkling, but if you chill it to the right temperature, it's going to have some nice like effervescence to it, some zing to it. It's got some really nice acidity. So like a Milky Way or anything like milk chocolate would go really great with this, because I would say if you're going to go like a regular red wine or regular dry red wine, you'd want to go maybe a dark chocolate and more something a little bit more bitter. But because you don't need to go super bitter with this chocolate. So like even like a Hershey's Kiss or Hershey bar would go great with this, or throw out like Hershey bar with almonds. Do you get that crunch? And just kind of add that texture in while you're enjoying this bottle.
Oh, girl, I could listen to you talk all day. I just want to, you're really starting to soothe my soul here and soothe my senses. And that's what I love about Babylonstoren, is that it really excites the senses, but also soothes them. And it brings about almost this childlike manner, because you're just playing in nature and with the animals, and really anything goes. And you can see as you just walk along here, they really let you be who you are there and have that wanderlust and sense of adventure. And really, that's the childlike part of it, because there's not so many rules and don't touch this or don't go there. And then you just get to really experience all of the beauty, all of the wonder. And then that's what you're tasting when you get this wine home. So all you have to do, click the buy button, try this out, or restock, because many of you are huge fans of this brand from market.live, and really get that sense home. I think, it's hard for a lot of people to travel, and especially internationally right now. And so from the comfort of your own home, you can really go on this adventure and taste this, and every drop with the wine. And then how fun to pair it with all these different candies. And but you also give us these really hearty dishes to enjoy the wine with. But I think as we transition seasons, I love a nice glass of wine at the end of the day to really, you know, cuddle up and get cozy with someone by the fireplace. And Halloween is just such a celebration. It's some people's favorite holiday. I'm kind of a lazy dresser upper. I love to partake in all of the festivities, but just look like this. I don't know. I guess I'm lazy. But I just really appreciate how you always give us so many pairings, but also really bring us in to the experience. So pick up your wine, everybody, and we'll come back to it later in the show. But for those of us who are not partaking in drinking right now, this brand has incredible non-alcoholic options that I'd like to go through. First of all, and we'll just touch on it because we're going to do a whole show on it next Wednesday. So please tune in on the bitter liquor, which originally I thought was like bitters that you add to bourbon or some manly drink, but it's not, and it's actually healthy. Can you explain?
Absolutely. So I'm going to show this as well. We have a beautiful packaging here. So I'm going to cover my face up a little bit, but they come in a 6-pack, and the bottles are, there's 6 100 milliliter bottles of this beautiful non-alcoholic aperitif. It is made from our grapefruits on the farm, as well as our rosemary, and a little bit of love. And it is just this great way to unwind and have something pretty in your glass. I love at the end of a stressful day where I know like I have to get up the next morning, or it's just like if I want to take a night off, pop one of these open, grab a wine glass. You know what? Let's stem it up for this. Maybe a sprig of rosemary, or, you know, as we move into the colder months for us here, you know, maybe like a cara orange, or like a piece of grapefruit, stick it a big wedge on the glass and just pour it over a big bunch of ice. And it's beautiful. It looks so gorgeous. And next week, we're going to have some beautiful images for you to see, but like just a way for you to really open up your palate before you move into a meal. And I think to kind of taking inspiration from the Italian aperitivo, it's really important to like prep your palate as you move into a meal. You know, as like Americans, I think sometimes we rush very quickly into eating and chewing, and maybe not even chewing and swallowing. And just really, I think taking a more like European approach to slowing down and enjoying each portion of the experience that you are about to invest in, whether that's a meal, whether that's, you know, a lot of us are going to be prepping for Thanksgiving in the next couple of weeks. So it's kind of a fun way to also elongate the evening, if you will. Like if you've started with a wine, or if you want to, you know, maybe not start at 2 o'clock or earlier in the afternoon when everyone else is starting, open one of these babies up, pour it over a glass. People won't know if you're drinking an Aperol Spritz or bitter liquor. So
yeah, I love this alternative when people are kind of want you to have a drink and you want to have a drink in your hand, but you're not drinking or don't want to drink for any reason. You can kind of, you know, be involved, but and it's just a good alternative. I had these at the beach with a friend last week and we loved it. Neither one of us were drinking. So but we felt, you feel festive, like you're drinking something besides just water. Sissy is saying, perfect. I don't drink and I am sick of club soda. That's how I feel. We were having the club soda with a lime in it and pretending and I didn't think I would even really like this taste, but it's so unusual. And I love the blood orange, and then with the honeybush tea. I mean, it's a whole experience. Again, you're getting the rich history from Babylonstoren. So great thing to check out. I love that it's orange. So perfect decoration to have around if you have guests over for Halloween, or just something really fun to drink for Halloween going into Thanksgiving. And then it's a conversation starter. So you'll, you know, at least appear or seem more interesting, you know, and you can tell a little story and be a bit worldly there. So Andrew is saying, I can't decide red or white or the rosé. So I say get one of all, because listen, it's the holidays coming up. These make a great host or hostess gift. You'll always want to have people over, hopefully, and offer them a drink, and again, be able to tell the story. So also for non-drinkers, they have incredible teas at Babylonstoren. My favorite is the rooibos. So I think after you've had all your wine and all your candy on Halloween, maybe later that evening or starting November 1st, start with a little antioxidant detox.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Tell us about the rooibos. And do you have some there, the tea?
I don't have any
Okay.
here tonight. I do have some at home, but not in the studio with me. But I mean, our rooibos tea, the bushes grow right on the farm. So we're making it right in house, and you really can't beat it. Kate, I'm glad that you enjoy it so much, because rooibos is especially low in tannin and it's caffeine free. So if you're trying to wind down for the night, and whether that's, after a night of drinking, or if you just want to like have some cozy fall nights as we kind of move into that season, feel free to pick up some of this and just like move into that caffeine free. You're not going to be stimulated. It's like almost about to go to bedtime, post bath kind of drink, but it's also packed with antioxidants. And it's just absolutely great way to, as we move into kind of like flu season and things like that, to kind of combat and just keep yourself prepped and hydrated. I know it definitely has some heart health benefits that I think just in general, if teas and really non-alcoholic drinks. I know we love our wines at Babylonstoren, but fun fact, Babylonstoren actually has a physical initiative every month where the employees are tasked with, they run like a 2K or a 5K together. So you can participate in that, or, and then also getting your step count in, and just being mindful and making sure that you're eating well. I think Karin really cares about the holistic nature of her employees. And although, yes, we have a lot of indulgent things on the farm, like not only our wines, but on the farm itself, we have a bakery. We're making like cheeses and things like that. It's a great way to make sure that we're focusing on health as well. And so the teas just kind of contribute to that. But I think there's also hypotheses about reducing cancer risks, diabetes and things like that. So making sure that you're just kind of diversifying your intake. Wine is amazing, but tea is great as well. So.
It is. You have your wine and those types of antioxidants and the lush grapes made in your state-of-the-art winery and facility over there, which is really incredible. And then also I get these rooibos tins. They come in the most beautiful tins. I'm out of them because I just gave my last away as a gift last week, but it's such a beautiful gift, especially for men who can tend to be a little bit hard to shop for. And whether you're a coffee drinker, some people only drink tea, but it's a unique tea. Even if you don't consider yourself a tea drinker, it is a whole experience. And then, hey, you're giving someone the gift of health and well-being, because when we're drinking tea, we tend to hopefully savor the moment and calm down a little. So giving you all your gift options. Christmas is coming up. It's going to be here before you know it. So you can get your wine, your tea, your bitter liquor, all your pairings. And then you also have the most gorgeous olive oil and vinegar that you can pick up together or separately, but it is so lush and so delicious. And as your colleague Christy taught me, I think of it because I had it today with my little dumplings. Your vinegar, well, we all know olive oil. Most of us know olive oil is certainly healthy for us, but your vinegar is super loaded with antioxidants as well.
Yes, the vinegar is absolutely amazing. It's made from our Shiraz must, which is like the grape skins. And it's just packed with antioxidants. Vinegar is, again, it's super useful in flavoring, mostly in like, it can be, yes, used in soups and stews, but also I love just drizzling it on top of like a cheese board or drizzling it over a salad. And like you had it on some dumplings. It's such a versatile vinegar, and it's not like it's not like a lot of balsamic vinegars you get at the store that's kind of super watery. This is an aged vinegar. It's a 3-year-old vinegar. So it's very like luxurious and kind of syrupy almost. So I also love it over some like strawberry sorbet or like it's at the end of a meal. Just so as
I like that you're whispering. I
know. I just like more desserts, more candy. It's just like it's that time of year.
No, it's fantastic. So you have so many options here. So pick up, you can shop their whole Babylonstoren store, which I highly recommend. Scroll through, pick up all of these goodies. You're getting your little buzz, you're getting your antioxidants. Randy is saying, my boss is a tea freak. Perfect. Yeah, we got to start thinking about the gifts, and don't wait to the last minute where you're getting the basic gift and the person's like, you must not like me or you must not know me. So give that gift where even if it's $5, people think, wow, you see me. You really know me. Thank you so much. Chrissy's saying, okay, now I'm getting hungry. I get so hungry every time I present with Babylonstoren, and I really would like a drink right now. So I'm excited to be off of I almost said antidepressants. Maybe I need to be on those.
Hey.
My antibiotics, whatever anti thing I'm on,
Right?
it's doing something to me.
Oh.
Start calling people out. Hello. So let's go back to the wines quickly before we end our happy hour, just to give people a reminder. You can we can get any of it, but tonight we're featuring this beautiful Candide, which is a white blend. I don't normally think of whites as being white blend. So tell people a little bit more about this.
Yeah, absolutely. So do not sleep on a white blend, people. They are new, they are hot, they are really sexy. And this wine is drinking clean and crisp. Man, I'm making up words as well. But
I'm rubbing off on you. I apologize.
You really are. But I think even we mentioned for Halloween pairing, like if you're not a chocolate lover, which I don't know who is, but I know a couple people, this is a great wine for people who love more fruity flavored candies and like gummies and things like that. So we'll leave it to you on how you want to interpret that. But the wine is really just fruit forward. There's a lot of pineapple notes to it. There's some guava notes, but just a really fun wine. And it's going to keep all of your white wine drinkers very, very happy. Very happy.
Very happy. And you look like a lush bottle of rosé over there. I love the color top that you're wearing. So this is a perfect hostess gift too. Some people might say rosé is a little basic. I think it's festive fun. I think of the south of France. So what can people expect to taste and experience when they go ahead and pick up the rosé and get it home?
Absolutely. So, like the French rosé, it is made with French grapes, but I will say, all those grapes grow at Babylonstoren, and this grape is super lush, and you're going to get a lot of strawberry notes, some watermelon notes, pomegranate, a cotton candy finish. It's got a really bright acidic finish, which is just going to really make your mouth salivate and would be great with, like I mentioned earlier, some of like those more nougat focused treats like Milky Ways. You could even throw a Snickers into this mix. But you mentioned earlier like how to prep your kids going out the door on for Halloween that night. Honestly, for the rosé, Christy and I always talk about how this is such a versatile wine, and you don't have to go fancy. We get that Halloween is a crazy night. Order a couple pizzas, maybe get a nice margarita one for you, and drink this bottle of wine with you and your partner, because like a little bit of basil, a little bit of fresh tomato, like the mozzarella, this is going to be creme de la creme. It's going to be so nice, almost creamy in your mouth, but it's also got some like nice effervescence that'll just really go well with any treats that you decide to have later in the evening after you sneak in those Halloween candy bags.
Well, you are a treat. It's always a treat to be with you. Thank you for being here as always, Nadine. We're absolutely in love with your brand. Mandy is saying looks delicious. Yes, like you said, I think both of these wines would be good with chicken and fish, correct?
Yes. Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. And Nancy, I will be drinking this while I sit at the front door handing out the candy. That's what I'm saying. Let's elevate our Halloween experience, have a little buzz, have a little laugh, be extra entertained by whatever comes your way. And maybe you'll scare some of the trick-or-treaters coming to your front door. Give them a little thrill, give them a little scare, give them a little trick, and along with the treats, right? So you actually gave me an idea, Nancy. I'm gonna have my Babylonstoren wine while I'm handing out the candy and have a laugh and think of all of you. And listen, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's here on Wednesday Night Live. I know everyone has a lot of choices of where they can spend their time and money, and we appreciate you doing both with us. It's always a joy to connect with all of you. Thanks to everyone who's always giving us lots of comments in the chat and is and really enjoying all of the incredible products that we're bringing you. And thanks to our partners here, Babylonstoren, always kicking off Wednesday Night Live happy hour with a joy, with a bang. Nadine, thank you for being here. Everybody, enjoy the rest of Wednesday Night Live, and we'll see you right back here next Wednesday with Babylonstoren. We'll see you then. Thank you. Bye-bye.